Hello, everyone, and welcome to Radio B-Girlz. My name is Hardcora.
And I'm Barbecue.
And my name is Cheetah. How is everyone doing today? As you know, where we are here, everyone's in some form of self-isolation or quarantine or lockdown. And boy, it is a difficult time. And we just want to be able to reach out to everyone and just say hi and just to check in and see how everyone is doing. So, Barbecue, how are you doing?
I'm a little bit tense.
Oh, what's making this time tense for you, Barbecue?
Well, every time I have like a little teeny cough or a little sniffle, and it's just, I can't tell whether and I'm actually finding the Ontario.ca self-assessment kind of confusing. At the top, they list fever, dry cough, and difficulty breathing. Then right underneath that, they're like fatigue, runny nose, sore throat, diarrhea, upset stomach, headache, nausea. Well, pretty much every symptom to everything on the planet. So how do we know what to do and when to be nervous?
Well, that's understandable. Yesterday, I thought I was coming down with COVID-19 as well. I think it's very common here. I think the first ones are pretty. Yeah. And Cora, how are you feeling?
Hey.
Do you feel you're coming down with COVID?
Girls, I think I already have COVID, quite honestly. Conchita, I have a bit of a bone to pick with you tonight. It was a lovely gesture on Saturday to take me out to dinner, but now I am convinced that I have the COVID.
Well, Cora, you said that you're okay with going out for dinner, and I booked this fancy restaurant, and there was a cancellation fee.
Well, it's a cancellation fee.
Mind,
it's a cancellation fee that made me reconsider to go for a simple dinner in a small restaurant.
Which we did.
And it was a lovely dinner. It was a lovely dinner.
And we did try to mitigate this thing because apparently chloroquine is effective in vitro for affecting this SARS-CoV-2 virus. So I suggested we have gin and tonics before our meal. And we did do that, right, Cora?
We did. And then there was the wine tasting.
Well, okay, good. And then that got me a little bit drunk. And so then we ended up going out after that, which was the problem, right?
That was the problem.
Okay, one second. The strippers. Oh, well, Cora had mentioned strippers, and then she went into my mind, and I was drunk. So then we went to see the strippers. I don't know why we decided.
Barbecue, you were very lucky to stay at home because I realized at Flash that people do a lot of spitting when they're talking.
I know.
And it was like, hello, how are you doing? Ha ha ha. And it was just spit on my face. I took the little squeegee thing of that hand stuff, Purell, put it on my face. Barbecue.
Yes, Barbecue. Start talking with Cockney accents. Then they won't use the H's and there'll be less spitting.
That's right, Barbecue.
Very true. That would be so helpful. Well, anyway, Cora, I know, but you were saying you were feeling kind of a little under the weather before then.
Yes. I think before, like Saturday, I was just like, am I coming down with something? I don't know. And then, of course, yesterday it was like, oh, my throat is sore. Is that a thing? But again, Barbecue, you had mentioned that website. I went to that site. Thank you for sending that link. And it's literally like, okay, if you have these three things, and then possibly these three things, and if you've been out of the country, and, so not everything is ticked off on that list. So I don't know if I'm overwhelming the system by not phoning. And
the only thing missing from that symptom list is hallucination.
Okay. Well, girls, I think I know what they want you to do, and I'm not a doctor, but I have slept with one, so that does count for something. I think it is, the main symptoms you're going to see are dry cough and fever with this COVID-19, and then there's other ones that some people don't present with, like gastrointestinal, like diarrhea, sniffly nose. Those are like secondary ones that not everyone will present with. But the main ones are those two. But when you should really start finding out, maybe start getting concerned, is if you start to have shortness of breath, because that might mean pneumonia. And then they'll say, watch it for a day or two. Well, then maybe you need to go in for assessment and find out. And then they'll advise you.
Now, just for a thing, because I'm here with Mark, my husband, he's showing no signs. Is he just
That's
immune,
possible.
or
No.
is he?
Some people can have.
Am I making this up?
There's some people say that some studies say that 50 to 75% of people who get infected will be asymptomatic, but yet they can still spread it. Right? They can still shed the virus, even though they're not really affected by it in any other way. So you could have it and he could have it, but you have some mild symptoms, clearly only mild. But he can be full blown.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, he can be completely asymptomatic. Yeah. And then you could transmit it, or he could transmit it onto your mother, and then she could get a very, very severe case of it.
Oh, Lord.
So that's why.
Well,
really,
I haven't been out of the house.
And isolated.
I haven't been out of the house for 2 days. I took the dog out for a walk 2 days ago.
Oh, good. Well, I'm looking here on the Ontario.ca website, and it's interesting. So I've got a couple cases here. So. A woman in Hamilton, in her 50s in Hamilton, a female in the 20s in York, a male in their 20s who had traveled to Europe, a woman in her 50s in Toronto, traveled to the U.S., a male in his 30s with travel to Brazil, a female in her 50s in Halton with travel to the U.S. and the Caribbean, a person in Halton in their 50s traveled to the U.S., a female in her 60s with close contact from Peel. Male in his 50s in Toronto with travel to Japan, UK, and Germany. That's not me.
So basically, we're doomed.
Barbecue, yes. There's more. Yes, barbecue. You want?
Do we really?
What is the actual website?
It's terrifying.
What's that?
What's the actual website link for our listeners they can go to directly?
Ontario.ca. And then you click through to the COVID-19 link at the top. You can see all these, like knowing everyone else's business. There's people in Ottawa, Hamilton, with travel to Mexico and U.S., Hamilton, Chatham, Kent, Grey Bruce.
There was a lot of
Simcoe,
Hamilton the other day.
Algoma. Oh, and then there's, this is really weird. Case number 210, 211, 212 is just doesn't even have the gender. The gender is pending. The travel is the location is pending, and the transmission is pending.
That's where they write in everywhere, everyone.
Maybe it was parrots from Brazil.
Oh, and the latest ones is a male in the 50s in Niagara, pending, and a female in the 80s with travel to the USA in Chatham, Kent.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Lord.
So how are you girls actually feeling, not physically, but emotionally about all this?
Well, I don't know. Like, work has been crazy. I mean, I did 11 hours so far, and I'm still not caught up, and I still have messages coming through because there's so much to organize because we've been asked to work remotely.
Well,
and 3 weeks ago when I suggested we start organizing this, I was told it's too early. Then 2 weeks ago, I suggested maybe we want to start organizing it. And they said, oh, it's too early. And then it was a week ago, I said, well, it's too early, but if there's something we can do that doesn't cost any money. So it's just been, so now all of a sudden I'm forced to do it on the last minute.
But now it's too late.
But Conchita, you have overcome all the odds because you have taken stripping in a club and you're now doing it on Cam 4 successfully. So
she shed the virus and her clothes.
That's right. See, that's the way to make lemons out of lemonade. You know.
Oh Lordy.
Oh, you girls are crazy.
Because I'm really just a sourpuss when you see me with my clothes off, right? You know. At least that's what Fernando we used to call it.
Oh God, whatever happened to Fernando?
Because it was puckered.
Oh.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
did I? Where did I go?
And you didn't even lubricate us first.
Cora, is there anyone who is actually on this? Do we have any traction
we do.
here?
I haven't really been watching, quite honestly.
Oh, I should go and if
Yeah.
anyone's
But while
wondering.
you do that, Conchita, I want to ask you girls, if you find yourself when you're out of the house and you see people on the street and you're walking on the sidewalk and you have to pass them, do you
I
do you
cross.
do you hold your breath?
No, I cross the street,
Well,
and they look at me.
I hold my breath or I cross the street.
I
That's so
cross the
stupid.
street. I cross the street. I need to socially distance myself. Barbecue. What do you do?
I haven't left the house. I just sit in my window like a cat and watch the people avoid each other outside.
That's very wise. Today I haven't left, which is like really hard. I've been meaning to go for a run or something to get some exercise, but I've been trapped.
I know. I thought this would be the time when I would lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight.
I've been doing keto for the last 4 days, and am I ever in a pissy mood?
Well, no wonder you're so emotional, Barbecue.
Oh, here I'm clicking through the Facebook at least to watch live. I just want to see the comments, really. just to see if any. Oh, here we go. Any
Any
tips for
questions?
looking fabulous while self-isolating?
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just want to say one thing. Alan, you've
They
got
can
to.
see us?
Oh. Conchita, are you there?
I just started hearing myself with a lag, so that was very
Oh,
strange.
that's how we all hear you.
I know.
It's like on a tape when you hear yourself and you're like, do I really sound like that? Do I
well,
really sound
anyway.
so gay?
First of all, we've been talking about quarantine, and I've been told by our viewers here that quarantine is technically only to be used if it's from the quarantine region of France.
Oh.
Otherwise, we should be using the term sparkling isolation.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, sparkling isolation. So, Alan Broda says, any tips for looking fabulous while self-isolating? Well, yes, don't leave out your makeup regime. I would say do the whole brows, foundation, and wig treatment every morning. Pretend and have dignity like you are going on. That's what I'm doing. And I'm sitting in a fabulously uncomfortable dress right now.
I can hear you scratching.
Exactly. And, I know barbecue, maybe some people want to go into jogging pants, but I think that is sloppy.
No,
and
I
lazy.
think that you're right, Conchita. I think it's very important that we, in our self-isolation and working from home, that we maintain a regular routine and that we have a shower every morning and get dressed, because it's going to be too easy to slide into total slothdom.
It's very true. Although I did do my makeup, I forgot to take the shower because I was lazy. So that's a problem.
I've been doing showers at 5.
PM?
That can
Yes.
happen sometimes.
That's like normal for you,
Well,
Cora.
I'm trying to keep things as stable as they were previous.
Cora, we all know that your workday begins when the sun goes down.
Okay, now Barbie, Ken has asked, what songs do you sing when you wash your hands? And I will tell you, this is what I sing. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around. Barbecue, what do you sing?
How much is that doggy in the window?
Perfect. Cora?
I do Sweet Transvestite.
Oh,
I do.
It's
Can I?
autobiographical.
It's 'cause it's sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Sing what you know.
So, Freddie Schwarzo, are you ladies going to be on Drag Race Canada? And who do we have to shank if that doesn't happen? Oh, he can shank some.
We can't say.
Are they
One
off the
cannot
cast of Orange is the
say.
New Black?
Yes, but please don't go around shanking people. Enough people are going to die this year.
We don't have
Just
insurance
put
for
their-
that sort of thing.
Just throw a dirty rag at them. That'll get them.
Or just cough near them. That will freak
Yeah.
them out enough.
You see, we're not going to be on Drag Race. We're just going to be on Rag Race.
Okay, girls, can I tell you, I'm so paranoid. I'm self-isolating here, and there is this new person who is coming in and out of this elderly woman's apartment down the down the hall.
Kill them.
And he's coming in and out, and he's walking, and I hear him walking down the hall, and I hear constantly walking up and down the hall. I'm going, who is that? And why are you coughing like that? I think it's a dry cough. He's infecting the entire place. So what I did, like any normal sane person, I put a towel underneath the door to stop any air from coming through. And then I went into my study and I opened up the window in order to ventilate. Self-ventilation, I thought, would help, right? And then I'm sitting there.
People walking past your place.
And then you know,
window at you.
Yes. Then I'm sitting there and I hear this from outside. And I go, who is walking out there? Is that the guy? And I see there's a guy and a young girl walking, and they're walking, and they're right in front of the window. And the woman, she just stops. She turns sideways, facing the building, right underneath my window, and she goes, and then, and she lets a loogie drop right there. Girls, I don't know if you're familiar with the term, but the term is inoculant. She just seeded an inoculant out there, and this virus can live on surfaces for like up to 28 days. I can't go there for a month. Anyway, I closed the window immediately, and you know what I did? I just knocked on the window. Like, please, move on.
Conchita,
Yes.
it's clear you can never leave your apartment.
Well, the
Never.
good news is that she had a wet cough and not a dry cough, so you're probably okay.
Well, it was the she out there. He had a dry cough. She had a
Or
wet
has a
cough.
dry cough.
Oh, dear. Oh.
I mean, did you girls see that study today about how long the virus can last on droplets in the air?
No.
How long?
30 minutes.
Wow.
So
That's
if
the
you
guy
cough-
with the dry cough. That's the guy. 30 minutes. I stayed in here until I let the droplets clear, the aerosolization clear.
that is absolutely terrifying information.
So, you know, when people say, oh, Conchita, what is aerosolization? What do they mean that this virus can aerosolize? Well, I say, you know, when you walk by someone, you go, nice perfume. Okay, you're dead. That is aerosolized fragrance lingering in the air. Or
I've been
get
spraying my
in
wig
the-
for years.
Or you get in the elevator and you go, someone's a smoker here. Okay, you're dead. You know, you've got the virus. That's the kind of thing you've got to worry about, girls. You've got to take every precaution.
Oh, God.
So Cora's, oh my God, I see Cora on the camera, and she's got like this, like nervous.
No, it's horrible. It's just listening to this. It's just worse. It's just worse. I don't know. Today I didn't even look at the news. I just was like overload. It's like I know it's all gloom and doom,
I know.
but
So let's
it'll
talk
get
about
better.
happy
It'll get
things.
better, girls. It will.
The good news is that the government is providing a lot of benefits and compensation, especially for those who don't have EI. This is all good news.
What? Oh, so did they announce compensation to make easier to get EI?
Yes.
Oh, that's
First of all, last week Trudeau actually said they waived the whole waiting period,
Okay.
so you can get it right away. And I think it's $82 billion he's offering up for different things for people that need help through this trying, horrible time.
Well, that's good.
and
I'm
Trump.
gonna get EI even though I don't need it.
Yeah. Finally, I get to go on EI. It's been my fantasy for years.
That's not funny, Cora.
Oh no, it has been. It would be a great way to spend a summer.
Not this summer.
Well, not this summer. Yeah, the circumstances may have changed.
Yeah, you know,
This
everyone-
summer I'm booking a cruise, girls.
Well, you know that
It's
is
so cheap.
well. If we
Yes.
get it first, we could
Yes.
possibly.
You know what? We may be finally asked to perform on one of those RSVP cruises.
Totally.
We need some performers.
Oh, I need some like stupid people to come perform who don't care. Oh no.
Oh, the B-Girlz, they're desperate for work.
Well, you know, the cruises now are buy 1 week, get 2 weeks free, right?
Wow.
So
I'll take my
I've got another
chances.
question. I have another question from a viewer.
Okay.
Amanda is asking, what supplies did you make a point to buy for the pandemic? Well, I can say for myself, wine.
Same.
How
Me
about
too.
a couple boxes of wine? How about you, Cora?
Boxes of wine. I bought I didn't even need booze, and I bought more booze. I did that. Oh, I thought to avoid the rush for toilet paper, I bought a Tushy. Promo code B-Girlz. No, we don't have a promo code for that.
So tell
But
us,
it's
what is
still
this
in.
Tushy?
Well, it's like a little bidet thing. I thought
Not a squatty potty?
I
No.
don't need your toilet paper. You'll just squirt water on my butt.
Oh.
But it's still in the mail. Who do I complain to about that?
China.
The Tushy police.
Why is this so slow again? But I have to say, I'm so happy. My Amazon shipment came in today. That's great. So that is still working for now.
Well, Amazon shipment of what?
What did I get? Oh, I got little boots for the dog because he's slipping on the hardwood floors.
Well, that's actually good for outside because then you can wipe his feet and disinfect them after his walk.
Well, totally. And some cream for my rosacea, which I was very nervous about. It arrived. I'm still waiting for my face cream.
Oh, the rosacea creams for your bum.
Yes. Those red cheeks.
Barbecue, what did you supply? What did you get for the pandemic?
Well, I stocked up on glitter.
Oh, smart.
I may come down to having to make, pasta in glitter sauce in a couple of weeks, but and I did my panic shopping about a couple of weeks ago. So I have lots of frozen foods.
Well,
I'm already dreading it.
yeah. Well, Conchita bought all of the olive oil, all of the tomatoes, all of the imported tomatoes from Italy.
I did. I'm ahead of the curve. I don't want to, I got the good San Marzano tomatoes. I got Parmesan Reggiano cheese. I got some really nice pastas from it. So, I will have to spread this over several months, but it'll be delicious.
Well, you were smart.
Well, and then I've got some staples, I went to Kensington on Monday night and I want to get some, I don't just like normal green lentils. I needed the Dupuis lentils.
Of course. But you love Dupuis and Paris is Burning. You love their
And
beans.
What are Dupuis lentils?
Well, they are a French strain of lentils that hold up much nicer in when you boil them and cook them, but they don't get chalky.
Miss Dupuis.
I went to this place and I said, okay, it's a Latin grocer that has like all the bins there, And so I said, I'd like some French lentils, the Dupuis lentils. And then I said, just give me a bag this big. So I gestured like a nice big bag. And then she weighed, it was only $20. And I said, well, how many pounds is that? She says, 11 pounds. I said, it's the size of a small baby.
No, a large baby.
A large baby. So I had to then get a bicycle seat so I could strap it in the back of my bike and take it home. It was very strange. I was so worried that I would get into an accident and my bike would tip over and I have a lentil spill and just totally take down the traffic in the center of Toronto.
Oh, so dramatic.
Because the last thing we could have is like a COVID outbreak at the same time as another natural disaster. That would be not good. Like, imagine you have
the great lentil disaster of 2020.
Exactly. A lentil spill. It wouldn't be fun.
Do we have any other questions from our guests? Or, our viewers, listeners? What do we call them?
Oh, one sec. I have to check back. Someone go on the YouTube. Oh, in the YouTubes and check that. I'm monitoring Facebook. Oh, thank you, Freddie. Always nice to get that. Okay, so Ken is asking, what Netflix shows are you watching during the pandemic? Oh my God, I'm watching my life burn. What the hell? I don't have time for
Who's
Netflix.
in that show?
It's starring yours truly. Oh, I tell you, it's a shit show. It's I don't recommend it.
I have been slightly obsessed with The Good Fight.
Never heard of it.
Oh, The Good Wife, The Good Fight, is that the whole crazy
Yes,
thing?
with
That
the amazing Christine Baranski.
Oh, she's great. Someone told me that I look like her in drag. Okay, I'll take it. She makes money.
Well, you make money on the side.
That's true. Oh, Cora, what are you watching during the pandemic?
What am I watching? I just finished Project Runway. I've been watching the RuPaul.
They still make Project Runway?
They do. They do. And I can't
Well,
believe the
season
person that won
108.
but good for him. Him. Yeah, that's about it. I really haven't been watching anything. I did finish Stranger Things, so I'm very proud that I made my way through an entire season of something.
Okay.
I know you have commitment issues, Cora.
I really do. Who has time? Who has time?
Who has attention span, I think, is more like it.
Oh, girls, we should mention that this Sunday we're going to be doing our Quarantined show live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. So hopefully people can catch it somewhere there. 8
And
p.m.
you'll actually get to see us.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, once in a while, we do like to check in with Radio B-Girlz, just because I think if everyone's at home, we like to hear authentic voices, I think, and we like to just sort of connect with how people are doing. I mean, right now it seems all lighthearted and everything. I really do fear it's going to get a lot more difficult for people, especially with the news we're going to be hearing out there. And we may want a little distraction. And I know the whole day was pretty stressful for me, girls, and this has meant the world to me to be able to laugh a bit with you and to check in. And hopefully the same for our wonderful audience.
Yes. It was lovely to chat with you both. Barbecue Conchita, I love you dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Love you
Okay.
too.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We'll be back Sunday with our show, Quarantined, 8 p.m. Hope you can join us.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you.
Stay safe. Stay safe, everyone.